Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Lester Zoom Headley with Zoom in Logic and Opinion. I want you to know I approve this message that I will be sharing with you. The title of this one, Social Awareness. Social Awareness. The nastiness I see within some people. Some are nasty beyond comprehension and recognition or any level of acceptance. Most of the time, to live in cleanliness, you have to be raised in it. To live in cleanliness, you have to be raised in it. You have to be special. You have to order to yourself to be tidy, to be clean. Coming up in the Caribbean, we prejudge cleanliness. We love cleanliness for certain. We like it to be displayed in behavior and attitude and living where you live. Okay? How you dress, how you maneuver, how you drive your car, how you keep your home, how you behave. By the very way we live, we dress. Huh? And how we keep our yard around our house, our outside perimeters, our garden. We can tell if you are really a clean person and how you dispose of your garbage, the cleanliness of your clothing, your face, and your hair. How you have flies in and around the house, cats jumping up on the table, in around the food preparation in the kitchen or dining table. We can tell your cleanliness by a lot of observation. Oh, loss. What an awful sight when sometimes you see people in America and you don't expect these things to happen. We see and we experience so much different levels of behavior. The changing culture that surround us, the changing culture, and depending on where you're going and where you can go from various places and you could start measuring this cleanliness even sometimes in the workplace, simply because it's a different culture, America versus the Caribbean, because we have animals living in the house here in America. They're taking over the bed, they're taking over the sofa and the dining table. Hey, American born people might never understand the culture of real cleanliness. Not that they're dirty, it's the culture, what they have done. And sometimes it easily transfer and transition and is shown in the way they live. You got to listen to this discourse to understand clearly what I am saying. That which exists in the hearts of the Caribbean people when it comes to cleanliness can be disturbing when they move into another culture living in America. Yes, pets have their limitations. Pets, they do have their limitations. However, not on the sofa, not on the dining table, jumping up on the dining table, or when you are preparing food for human consumption, you take the same hands and the fingers and you take little cut meats, little feedings, and you place them in the dog mouth. Now, we don't do that. You don't do that. There's an element of distrust in that, an element of uncleanliness in that. Oh, lost. Not for my consumption, if I should see that thereafter, not for my consumption. That's the honest truth. Dogs sleeping on the sofa. You go to the house and home as a visitor, and you cannot sit on certain sofas just like that, certain chairs just like that, before the dog starts staring you down and beginning to angrily growl and bark intensely, and you don't know why the dog is doing such until the homeowner says to you, "Oh, sorry, I forget to tell you not to sit there. That's the dog chair. That's the dog seat in the sofa." Come on. Come on. Oh, what the heck? People attending work in the pajamas. They got on their night hat that they put on to keep their hair intact. But they turn around and wear those pajamas and those night hats with the greasy looking self and the smelly stale self at times to work. You don't see that in the Caribbean. No, 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 no. They go to some low-level restaurants as well, and people dress with curlers in their hair. And at winter, they have on their pajamas and winter coats. No, 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 not in the Caribbean. This is a different culture. This is a different culture. Nastiness and untidiness to the core, compounding such. I can tell you of two stories that I have actually, there are many, but I'm going to tell you of two. Up to this week, I saw a guy came in at work and he placed in the lunchroom, he placed his shoes on top of the table. You go to work and you look at the table where someone ate before you or sat before you, dirty rice, ends of pizza, dirty. They don't clean, although they have cleaners. They have cleaners, but I mean, you should be cleaning behind yourself. You should be cleaning up behind yourself, but you're so damn dirty. Huh? It's a different culture. We in the Caribbean, we don't tolerate that. Hell no. No, 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 no. We don't do that. Okay? I saw another one where a guy is in the washroom. One hand has the phone to his ears and he's talking. The other hand is holding his willy. And he is missing the urinal by 10 feet. He is peeing all over the ground, urinating all over the ground as he held his phone in one hand and he's trying to hold the willy in the next. But his concentration is more on the conversation on the phone. He's not concentrating on what he's doing. That is nastiness. And to my belief, he turned and walked out of the toilet. I mean, that was extremely disgusting. Another one, you could sit in your garden and look over at the neighbor at times and see they're going to be grilling and they come up with the same meat packages, same meat package that they bought the meat from in the supermarket. They took it out and they put it on the grill. I tell you, it is something else. I have had an incident too where a guy sit in front of me away on the table and he coughed. He don't put his hand to his mouth. He doesn't turn and he have a rocking cough. I got up and discarded of my hot chocolate one time. And I told him about it. You don't do things like that, you know. People placing shoes on the table, feet in the chair, in the lunchroom for everybody to see. They're laughing and they're chatting when they have food. They're laughing on the display, like a buffet setup. And they're laughing and you could tell that spits could be dropping out of their mouth into the food. That is nastiness. No, you don't get my participation in that. Seeing it once, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to eat. What have COVID taught us in 2020 to the year 2022? What really, what lessons have we really learned from the COVID period? Huh? It shocked our world and we start to get tidy. And as soon as it gone, we went back to our comfort zone of nastiness and nasty disposition and comforts of instilling nastiness, dirtiness in different behavior. Man, oh, what a bunch of nasty people. Huh? You're going to the supermarket and you purchase the meat, same meat wrapping. You don't come home, you clean it because you don't know this is prepared in the back. This is prepared in a butcher shop. You do not know. That's how you see people get all this different kind of sicknesses because as they consume and they say they don't clean and then they're arguing on TV every summertime, the same subject matter discussion comes up. Do you wash your meat when you take it from the supermarket or you just take it out of the wrapping out of the fridge and put it right in the pot? That should not be a discussion. In the Caribbean, that will never be a discussion. That is nastiness. That's untidiness. Why should we accept levels of nastiness and untidiness? It's a total disgrace within the hallmarks of the various cultures and the way of living. Different strokes for different folks. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Don't you try to invite or entertain me in your nastiness. Oh, not Marge son at all. Scornful dogs, sometimes we say, eat dirty pudding. But I'm a scornful dog, so I'm not going to eat the dirty pudding. I'm sorry. I don't like act of nastiness and see people doing things and then want to offer me. Don't do it. I will not take it. It speaks highly of you. So until next time, keep listening to Zoom in Logic and Opinions with your host, Lester Zoom Headley. Also, keep an open mind and be tidy, be clean. Don't be nasty. Keep an open mind. And I'm signing out on this one, but this is one discourse that I had to share with you and make a video that will be lasting out there. Tidiness, cleanliness is next to godliness. I do believe that. Thank you so very much. Thank you.